Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Overtalk, with our tonight's subject being about the workshop in Overwatch. Now, the workshop has been around for a very long time. I think, was it in the early game or no?
No. So the workshop was a new release. I believe they first implemented it back in 2019, 2020, maybe even a little earlier, um, because they were supposed to have Overwatch 2 come out around 2020.
Hmm,
So as a way to
nice.
get players interested in playing Overwatch by implementing custom games that you can make yourself.
Nice. Well, we're discussing the workshop, what we think about it. So, what was the old workshop like? Back when it first released, what were your first opinions on it? First thoughts?
Um, so the workshop when it was first released, it didn't have some of the capabilities that it has now. You couldn't input certain specialized commands when it was first introduced. But what you could do is you could basically select who you wanted in the player menu upon the launch of your custom. You could create a like custom maps with custom map types. So you could have like a escort map or something like that, but you could have it on deathmatch, or you can have it with hero gauntlet, and you could have this huge map versus the smaller maps that you typically see them for, and you could have them spanned against larger map.
Okay. How was the reception when it first released?
I'd say overall really positive. I was certainly excited when it came out. I'm not really a very techie person, so a lot of times I would just use codes that more technological people would create for their customs, and I would alter them to what I needed them to do. Um, but I'd say overall it was very positive. It was a very positive feedback to
Now, what do you think
to
of the new workshop?
the new workshop. I would say the workshop hasn't changed. I've dipped in every now and then to the workshop to play customs and all that type of fun stuff. But overall, the workshop hasn't really changed so much as the special commands that you can make them, um, I guess you could implement into them. Much like with the hero gauntlet, how if you get a kill, you can change to another hero. Um, you can alter basically like what happens upon a kill, what happens upon healing, all that type of fun stuff. Uh, so for me, when I was actually finally able to figure out how to get a health on kill, it really upped my Widow custom once I was able to figure out how to implement that special code in.
Nice, nice. Now, in terms of my thoughts on like new to old, I wasn't around when it was first released, but I was
Mhm.
around when it released now, and I can say without the workshop, the server where this podcast comes from would not be alive.
Mm, that I
Like,
don't know about.
well, honestly speaking, it would not be alive. Like, we rely on the workshop a lot for our community made content and everything that we do in the server.
Mhm.
From like custom game modes, custom maps to make events even function. Because without a custom game mode, what are you going to base it off of? Arcade? Ugh.
I mean, it works. Whatever you gotta do, right?
And so it's really helped out, and I feel it really generates a lot of large community. What I don't care for, though, is I feel there's this schism in the community of Overwatch where there's people that'll like play quick play and comp, but they don't ever touch workshop.
Well, um, it's much like the workshop. breeds its own type of player, much like how you have your people who stick to the quick play classic, which is the original, not 222. You can choose whoever you want. You have those types of people that only like to play the classic. You have the type of people that want to just play quick play, never even touch comp, no interest in touching comp. They don't care about comp. Maybe they'll watch the pros do it, but they have no interest in touching comp themselves. And then there's people who only do comp, and that's all they do. They just strive to comp. And then there's people who do arcade, and then within arcade you have the quick play
We don't talk
classic.
about those people.
Then you have the people in arcade. And then the people within arcade, you got the total mayhem people, which I
I
mean, I like
feel
total mayhem.
I feel depressed for anybody that solos arcade
I
because
the only ones that I can solo are mystery and total mayhem.
arcade feels like such. It feels so depressing nowadays, where it's like 3v3 deathmatch, 3v3 elimination,
Yeah.
Thea, and then there's like two things you'll care about, where it's quick play classic or
Hmm.
the random mode they shoved in there. It's like I don't give a shit about all your other competitive deathmatch modes.
Yeah.
I just am here for like the events or something else.
Hmm.
In
No,
terms,
I can understand that. But with Workshop, it definitely breeds its own type of player. Um,
because like I'll encounter people
so,
in quick play and comp all the time. Where like, yeah, I don't ever touch workshop or I don't ever touch custom game modes.
well, the Workshop isn't necessarily for the average player, you know what I mean? Because it is very code heavy. You need to understand how to run those codes in
But
order to create those custom lobbies. So for someone like
just like
me,
playing the games.
well, yes, playing the games, a lot of people don't touch them. Which I think you're missing out. You can find some really, really fun and weird and weird ones, but on my time between games, I like the boss fight, the PvE boss fight that someone created. I like to Widow v Widow. So I'll either use mine or I'll use another person's that they've made. Uh, and I think it just comes down to they feel like it's arcade. And a lot of people don't like to play arcade either for the reason of
Wonder
it's
why?
arcade.
I wonder why. It's mostly filled with a lot of trash game modes.
Yeah, and like let's be honest, a lot of people when they hop onto Quick Play, they don't hop onto Quick Play to play the workshop. The workshop was implemented after Overwatch. The whole
Mm-hmm.
entire Overwatch was created. So even with Quick Play Classic, um, when I can't remember if it was implemented before or after 222. I think it was implemented after 222. Um, but even if it was implemented before 222, I'm pretty sure it would still be the same as it is now. People play Overwatch to play comp or they play Overwatch to play quick play. Not a lot of people play it for arcade and not a lot of people,
Yeah,
even less people, will play it for workshop.
I
Um,
understand that. That was one of our biggest struggles getting our server off the ground with workshop stuff. I mean, it's better now, but when we first started out, I could only convince out of like 200 people one person to play.
it's still one person.
Hey, my lobbies are bigger than one person. I max out the teams at least 8.
Well, that's good. That's good.
I mean, most custom games don't support more than 6 people, so.
Yeah, well, yeah. Um,
In terms of. Now, the next subject of allocating servers, I think the servers need to be better for Workshop. Like, dear fucking god. They
yes.
crash for no reason. I could be playing I could be playing a supported game mode with already like a preset code they already have, like the popular ones, of like
Right.
I'll take like a preset deathmatch, and it's basic
Hmm.
deathmatch with if you get a kill, you switch a character. If you
So
have
here a gauntlet, yeah.
if you have 12 people in that server, it'll crash.
Hmm.
Why? Why? What? Two teams? It causes it to crash, and I'll have more complex game modes like fucking what is it? What we did a while back.
I
The
think it was
fucking
Junkenstein.
yeah, the Junkenstein's Revenge modes, and the Junkenstein challenge in Binary Blackout, where, by the way, if you want to know about that, go check it out in the server plug. But it was like that was a complex mode because that had bots that had player character bots that had different bots that would like come in and like have scripted routes and would hunt you down and all that kind of stuff and upgrades and shit.
Mhm.
That's a really complex mode, and at max people, even when I modified the lobby to make it like 8 people, still didn't crash the server. But no, less for whatever. It's so wonky. Sometimes it'll crash, sometimes it won't. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. It's just weird.
I
Like,
think that just comes down to Overwatch and their commitment to the workshop and the amount of money that they want to put into the servers. Obviously,
cause
their revenue is not coming from the workshop.
yeah,
It's
but
coming from comp and it's coming from quick play.
something that what was I gonna say? Like, how do I put it? Something that I think massively helps is that there has been stuff that is generated in the community through the workshop that has gone to Blizzard. The whole push
Mhm.
mechanic thing was a beta for Workshop. There was a beta code in Workshop for a while of like this weird push style thing with a
Mhm.
with like a roadhog on one of the maps. And then Blizzard saw it and then like, "Oh yeah, we need that." It's like that mode, and I think there was like another mode called like standoff or whatever, where it's like 3 control points and it was like territory control. But that had like fuck, that had like a lot of comp league people behind it. That had like a lot of like Twitch streamers, and that had a lot of people that were in Overwatch League backing it as like a
Mhm.
workshop comp. And it went on for like 2 tournaments, workshop wise. It was crazy. But they had to like have like dedicated server machines just to run the damn things because the servers were so unallocated to do anything like that. It just what makes it so difficult for me when I'm coming up to like make these custom games for like a server or whatever is there's no consistency. I'll
Mhm.
have like say we take one called Heat Street, a very popular game mode on the codes. It's a very popular in terms of like playing. It's a wonderful PvE mode to play. Love it. You've played it before. You enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Many people enjoy it as a PvE mode. Problem is, one day I'll play it and it won't work, and it won't load the server, and the next day it will.
Mhm.
And it's at random if it does or doesn't work. And it's not like it's an out of date code because the code is updated every month. It's just why nothing new was added. What's the issue here? What's the problem?
Um, we could speculate, but probably Overwatch 2. Overwatch 1 has come into a lot of problems since Overwatch 2 has been launched. Now, I know the beta's dead now. Um, they're possibly going to open their beta back up, what, next month? This month? Next month? I think it's next month or
Next month,
something, or in August. Next month? So they're going to open the beta back up. But the minute the beta was supposed to be introduced,
the minute
Overwatch 1 has
the
had so many
the
problems.
minute the beta went live, Overwatch 1 had some issues, and then the minute the beta stopped, Overwatch 1 is like, yeah, I'm going back to beta 2 now. It's like, what's going on here? What's
Yeah,
happening?
there's still a few
This
issues they
is
haven't fixed. They haven't fixed the disconnecting issue. They haven't fixed the mic issue. Definitely not the mic
the
issue.
disconnecting issue, the mic
Um,
issue, the server crash issue, the issue of text chat, the issue of friend list, the issue of non existent friend requests, the issue of ghost pings, the issue of you
or
not being able to log into your
push
account.
talk.
Oh, the other one is you sometimes just be locked out of your account for no reason.
I would cry. Like I would actually cry if that happened to me because I would seriously think I got banned, and I play on my main account if that happened. So I would cry
What if you went to
because
your
that
off? What if you went to your off account that has plat and you got banned?
honestly I wouldn't care if it got banned. I would. be very astounded that it got banned because I only
What
ever
if
play comp on
what
it.
if what if your account here got banned? How sad would you be?
My main account, I would cry because I have so much money that I've put into my main account and I have so many skins that you cannot get anymore. And I'm not talking about the remix ones that they've brought back. I mean like actual skins that they do not have anymore
Just
that I have either paid
gone.
for or I have played for and I have gotten fair and square and then just to have that all swiped from under me, oh my God. I'd be depressed, honestly. Because it's like so much hard work that I've had just whoop gone. And I don't even want to talk about how much money I've placed into Overwatch, other than the like 60, $80 game price that I paid for it for my first account, for my main account.
Oh, I paid $1.
Yeah, I know. Back when I created my account, it was still like 60, $80 for the game. So I paid it full price versus what the $20, $5 people are paying for it now.
Yeah, I got it on
So
Black
like,
Friday for $1. My, I pissed off a lot of people that way.
hmm.
It was like
I mean, you
one
got
dollar
yours
for a day.
in, when did you get it?
A year and a half ago.
It's on like 2021.
No, 2020.
Nice, nice. Um, so yeah, I would cry. I should really go through and see how much money I've spent on Overwatch over the years
And
that
then
I've had the account.
the
See how
other
bad it
thing
is.
is that I want them, if they don't like buff the servers, make a hard cap on what you can do in something. Like if you're not gonna like update your server, make a hard cap of what is okay. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like what's runnable, like a resource limit of like, no, you can't have any more. This is too much.
Hmm.
Because then at least like we know. Right now it's kind of like, I don't know, coin flip,
We'll see if this mode works.
coin flip. Oh, it works. Coin flip. No, it didn't. Other thing is, I think they should add a map editor. I want them so very desperately to do what. This is gonna sound boomerish of me, but back in my day of Team Fortress, well, current day of Team Fortress 2 and Half-Life and Gmod and Source in general for Valve, you can put any source map or source 2 map into a hammer editor and make your own map.
Hmm.
I want a map editor for Overwatch. I want the ability to host custom maps, or if not custom maps, the ability to change maps, delete shit, delete models to save on space.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because, like, imagine if you could turn Hollywood into a Texas shootout. An actual Texas shootout. That'd be cool.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. I wouldn't mind an actual, oh, like an actual true, um, cowboy map.
I mean, isn't Route 66 a true cowboy map?
Technically, yes, but I mean more like a showdown
Like a death
map.
match?
Yeah, so if you can think you've not played Dead by Daylight, but anyone who's played Dead by Daylight that's listening to this, you will know that if you play Deathslinger, that he comes with a map. You know, technically the maps are already in the game. You can play the map if you don't have the killer, it just doesn't make sense. But they have the saloon in Dead by Daylight for his map that he comes with, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that one is more true to the old style cowboy ranch style
Yeehaw, motherfucker.
maps. Yeah, very much so. Like we meet at dawn and we do the 1v1
Made it dawn,
whatever.
I'll fuck you up.
Yeah, like the showdown, whatever they call it back in those times. But
A
those
shootout?
like those old kind of like cowboy showdowns. That map is kind of like that. That would be a really good deathmatch map to make.
Because, like, I really want a map editor. Just like, like a map editor or a way to make custom maps, but mainly I want something similar to what Valve has. I want a map editor. I want to be able to host my own custom servers. I want to be able to host custom servers, or I want to be able to host community servers. Or I want to be able to have a workshop where I can download community maps and host my own server. Because I feel that right there, I feel like that would fix a lot of content issues for Overwatch. Because
Hmm.
Overwatch already kind of struggles to have content released for it, even when the game was being developed and worked on regularly. It still had lots of content issues because they didn't release a whole lot of new maps because of competitive, but they also didn't release a whole lot of heroes because of competitive. If you had a fleshed,
Um, they were pretty consistent with bringing out a new hero every few months. That's the one thing I would say. They were pretty consistent in that.
well, in terms of
Even if
like,
the game didn't need it, like even if the game had bugs and stuff that they needed to fix like a lot better, like a lot more, that was more important, they still made sure to push out a new character
while
despite
it's
that.
while it's nice, there wasn't a whole lot of new maps added, in my opinion. I just look at every other game that ever did a similar structure of like a team-based shooter, or any other game that had a multiplayer release schedule. And in terms of Overwatch, they had a hell of a lot more funding than a lot of the other teams did.
Mhm.
In terms of what they've pumped out and what they've done, it's not a lot. It's really not a
Mhm.
lot. And so I think having a fleshed out workshop mode where you would have a map editor, a small little workshop area where you can like host your own community servers or whatever
Mhm.
and generate your own community made content similar to what Steam does in its workshop,
Mhm.
that would be amazing because I think that would solve a lot of issues. It would, one, make it very
Um,
thriving for the community to make their own content, making it a bit more self sufficient as a community. But two, I think it would also add a lot to be desired in terms of, okay, there's not a new map. Fuck. They're they didn't release a new map. Okay, go over to the workshop on one of the community servers and queue up rotation
mhm.
and rotate
Um,
through 5 new maps if you wanted to.
I think they would be worried about that getting too far away from them. Um,
But it's community driven.
I know it'd be community driven, but like, what if the community makes a map that the league wants to play? Now all of a sudden the actual dev team has to create this map, right? So as great as it would be, that's not
So
where their money is going. Their money is
so
coming from the league. Their
I
money is
I,
coming from
I know that,
comp.
but like I'm gonna relate this to TF2 because it has a similar structure of this, but it makes the best sense. Valve, once the workshop was released for TF2, Valve stopped making maps for TF2 quite consistently because the community put in such good work into map making that they just added the map in, along with, fixing it with their dev team and stuff for any bugs that occurred. But the idea here is that, say the league did want that map, okay? What's the problem with taking it on? They could take in the map, and if they don't like specific things about it, they can change specific things about it,
Hmm.
and then upload it to Overwatch as, here's our newest map. But they didn't have to create it. They didn't have to go through bug testing it. They simply had to make a few changes here or there to the map design to make it
Hmm.
comp ready. But you know what I mean? It's like they're already putting in minimal effort.
I mean, you are right.
They're already
Except
putting in
for
they're already putting in minimal effort to keep the game alive.
I wouldn't say minimal effort. They really did try with the whole remix thing. It just didn't work out very well, right?
No, I give them props for doing the remix stuff. I give them props for doing that. I don't
Um,
have an issue with the remix stuff. When I say barely alive, I mean 3 years of nothing. 3 years of basically nothing.
I mean,
And
we still had the regular events.
yes, but here's the issue. Just like, I guess, because people would always say, like, yeah, you got the Christmas event, you got the Halloween event, you got Summer Games, Lunar Year, but when it's all the same and nothing new is added, what would be the point of playing Halloween 2020 when Halloween 2021 and 2022 are the same Halloween you played in 2016? You know what I mean?
I guess, but like I always love the fact that those modes come back.
I love that they come back as
Um,
well. I don't hear me wrong here. I don't want them extinct and I don't want them gone. When I say minimal effort is I'm talking about, oh hey, Christmas came around. Here is one new game mode and a couple skins. We're not adding any new maps. We're not adding anything very substantial past this event. Because when I say minimal effort to keep the game alive after that event ends, what do you have? Overwatch again with a couple new skins. The game mode's gone. Whatever maps were connected to it are gone.
mhm,
Because I miss, oh hey, Christmas dropped. Here's a new map. And the map stays in rotation. That's why I
mhm,
said you could have that workshop up, and if the workshop was up, hey, League likes this map, or a lot of people really love this quick play map.
mhm,
Okay, add it in the rotation. A couple changes here or there, see if it's bugged or see if it's tested and ready.
mhm,
They add it into rotation, and boom, it's a new map with minimal effort.
mhm.
That, and they could probably release 2 or 3 of them at a time. Which,
Yeah, I would just be worried it would go into something like The Sims. Now I know The Sims is not um well, is definitely
no.
not an FP. No, no, now listen to me here though. The Sims is not an FPS game. It's not a competitive game. It's a single player
Are
game
you are
that's
you
like
talking about
sandboxy.
expansions? Are you talking about expansions for the workshop?
No, no, I'm talking about the fact that the Sims community and anyone who plays The Sims here will know what I'm talking about. They are the epitome. EA is the epitome of doing nothing and letting the community
Oh,
do all the work
so
for them.
well, I mean that's
So,
Valve in a nutshell.
yeah, but what I mean here is that when the wedding pack dropped, it was so buggy to hell to the point that modders, so people like, in the community who would mod the game and stuff like that for free, they released a free mod for anyone who got this super bugged out pack because once you have it, you can't really like get rid of it, right? You can't like refund it. Um, and so really EA really relies super heavily on their modders of the community to fix all of their issues. So like that's what
I
I'm worried
can
about
I can
when the
understand that fear.
community takes over and says, "Hey, here's all this new stuff that we created." And then I don't think Blizzard would do this,
I
but in case they do, they just take that map and go, "Okay, here's sprinkle a little bit of changes," but then boom. I don't want them to make the community do all their work and have the quality and devs team just sitting there letting
yeah,
the community do it all.
I can understand that.
Uh,
However, unlike EA and Valve, Blizzard wasn't doing so hot.
I mean,
Like
Blizzard was
what
bought
I
out by who
my
again?
Microsoft.
Microsoft, right?
What I was saying, what I mean is, even though they're a part of Microsoft, that doesn't mean that makes them stable. Because if they do shit enough, they'll just kind of say, "We're closing you." But
I mean, like they're closing down Internet Explorer, I think.
yeah, because nobody uses it nor wants it on their computer.
My work
Um,
still uses it.
Good for you, but like,
I know, I hate it.
it's
Um,
awful.
oh, it is awful. I agree, it is awful, but like, see, that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried that
Because
they're
okay,
going to
so
see that the community's putting so
hear
much work in,
me,
and
hear
then
me
they're just
out,
gonna get canned.
hear me out. The the way I don't see that going, I don't see it going that way because of 3 reasons. Blizzard worked their ass off once they realized the game was dying. Hardcore, they did work their asses off.
Mhm.
But two, if they were to sit back This community is loud and annoying enough to rival the Sonic community in terms of annoyingness and how loud they are that I don't think we would fall into that issue. I really don't. Because Overwatch, unlike TF2, which has been abandoned by their daddy Valve and stuck in the crib while dad's out getting milk, but it's been 16 years and their crib's overgrown. Kids smoking cigarettes now, waiting for dad to come home with the milk. Overwatch has shined in the limelight. People are streaming it, people are playing it, it's getting attention all the time.
Mhm.
Even if it's not mainstream going toe to toe with Fortnite and Apex,
I mean, Fortnite's not very good.
it's not, but it's still big. If it's not going to toe with like Fortnite in terms of numbers, or even like Apex Legends in terms of numbers as well, or Valorant in terms of numbers,
Mhm.
it's still a game that's being talked about consistently. It's starting to become what I would call TF2 status. It is becoming a game that sticks and does not leave. It's a cockroach that you keep nuking but doesn't die. You've burned it with fire, you've shot it 3 times, and it keeps regenerating somehow each time you see it.
I don't think so. And the sole reason why I think that is because of the league. If something happened to the league, I think Overwatch would have issues. But I don't see the league going anywhere.
No,
Um,
the league isn't probably going to
no,
go
exactly.
anywhere.
I don't see the league going anywhere. And let's be honest, Overwatch gets as much revenue as it does because of the league. Um, and the big streamers, obviously, but most of their money is from the league.
Again, though, that's just one more reason why you could potentially add that workshop that I think would make things, overall better. But on to the next subject. Better servers.
I think we already touched base
Desperately.
on that.
Oh, we touched base a little bit on it. We head patted it and moved on to second base, but let's rewind it to first base. Oh God, does Overwatch need better servers in general?
Well, their servers are okay. This now I'm talking like before the beta was released. Before the beta was released, the servers were okay. They had their minimal issues, but Overwatch was relatively quick about certain things that had to be fixed. Um, and I didn't really see like servers being that much of an issue until Overwatch 2 beta came out. And that's when I started noticing all of the issues all at once.
Now, for Workshop specifically, I think it needs a UI overhaul. It
Well,
doesn't look great. Doesn't look great.
the UI is half Overwatch, so half the dev team, and half of it is how you design the workshop mode to work, obviously,
What I
right?
mean is
So
that the workshop mode really feels like it was made for a console player because everything has a button, everything has an input, and everything feels like it was meant to be displayed on an internet controller keyboard.
what they tried to do is they tried to make code speak, so people who understand how to do code and all that kind of stuff, they tried to make it for the average player, so they tried to make it as user friendly as possible. Um,
While making it simultaneously annoying as fuck to use for everyone else.
I mean, it is relatively easy to use. Like, I'm not a coder. I have no
I know.
background in coding.
I'm just saying, like, in terms of like coding, if you have the ability and skill to code, I want something just to turn that shit off. Just like let me code, let me do what I do instead of click this button, add this, add that, go to the next variable,
I'm
add this, add that. Okay, now I gotta redo this. Click, click, clickety, click.
I'm glad they did it solely because they do make it easy. Because the whole idea of the workshop was that people can create their own game modes and that they don't need to be a person with a background in coding. If you
I
have a background in
know,
coding, you'll
I know,
understand what everything means.
I
So the
know.
fact that
It's
they
just,
found a way to make it user friendly was actually really great.
it's just, I want more UI options. When I say UI options, I want it to look nicer. And while it is user friendly to the average player, it is confusing in the way that it's laid out, I'll say. And
I guess,
by
yeah.
in terms of that confusion, if you know coding, make an option to turn the shit off and just let them code. If you
Hmm.
don't know coding, leave it as default as is. But if you can program, allow me to turn it off and let me program, please.
Hmm.
It'll be like
I
a
think,
1,000% faster than than like me manually doing every little itty bitty thing.
yeah, well then we kind of have to worry about people being able to get into Overwatch's code, right? Because we had shit, when was it? I think it was 2020, was it 2020 or 2019? Um, we had people that were creating like cheats in the game, obviously, right? Like actual like full on like cheats for comp. Um, and there are these two players. I can't remember them off the top of my head right now, but Crystal
I'll
Rain
take
did a video on it.
I'll take my aimbot mercy, please.
Yeah, but basically they were able to get a hold of Overwatch's code, which obviously if you're a smarty pants, you can get a handle of anybody's code. So, it doesn't matter. But they were able to get a hold of the code and
You mean the source
basically,
code?
yeah, and alter it so then they could use it in their comp games to win and however the hell they decided to do it.
Yeah,
Um,
I've seen some sketchy shit
so
before with
that's
McCree.
Yeah, so that's kind of the worry of why you wouldn't maybe want to give your community so much power
If not,
to,
if not regular coding and programming, more options, better
yeah.
loads, make the server so they can actually handle what you're giving us.
Hmm.
Because like if you're saying like, hey, this floor can withstand 1,000 pounds, but you put 500 on it and it cracks and breaks the floor, it's like the fuck did you mean? And then
Uh,
what were you gonna say?
oh, nothing, no.
Now,
So where we see workshop in the future?
yeah, where do you see
I
the work?
don't
Now, in terms of we're gonna go Overwatch 1 first. In Overwatch 1, where do you see the workshop in the
I don't
future?
see it going anywhere.
Do you see it improving
Um,
or getting worse?
no. It has it like the thing is the last time they did the update was for those specialty codes to like, put all that fun fancy stuff in there. And from my knowledge, it hasn't changed since. They've maybe done some minor bug fixes, but it hasn't really changed too much. They haven't done any super large things. So I don't see it changing at all in the future. With the beta maybe opening back up again and Overwatch 2 coming out, I can see them putting Workshop into the like Overwatch 2 and
Workshop was already
maybe
in beta. You could play custom game modes in the
no,
workshop.
they implemented that after. They did it in like the what was it, like the second week of beta.
Still, it
But
was there.
what I mean is that with Overwatch 2, they might implement the workshop into Overwatch 2, right? And they
Mm.
might get rid of Overwatch 1
Mm.
workshop and they might only have it in the, in Overwatch 2
That
when it
would suck
releases.
ass.
It would suck, but it would emphasize people to go to Overwatch 2, which let's face it, a lot of the Blizzard wants people to play Overwatch 2 despite how much it sucks right now. Despite how
Despite
much it sucks.
despite the fact that
Um,
the gameplay loop is not that satisfying, is somehow shittier than normal open queue, and is infuriating sometimes.
hmm Well, I didn't have a good time in the beta solely because of the people. It had nothing to do with the characters. It had nothing to do with the maps. I thought the maps were beautiful. I love the way they implemented the 5v5 as much as I hate 5v5.
You
Um,
enjoyed open queue for a little bit when we played it.
I enjoyed open, yes. But my main issue, and this isn't Blizzard's fault, is the community. The community when it came to Overwatch 2, for some reason, every single tryhard and sweat lord managed to get their hands on a key. And it was
Well,
so evident
that's every
because,
streamer and league player. What did you expect?
yeah,
Every streamer and
yeah,
league player is
but
gonna be like, what? They're all fucking grandmaster. Like, finally, something's changed. I can finally play comp again. Oh, I'm gonna kill all of you. I'm gonna kill all of you so hard. They're gonna fucking tear because all their
yeah, so
they haven't played
that's
Call of
why
Duty.
I,
They hadn't played Call of Duty in the whole fucking 2 years they had that game. They're like, finally,
yeah,
I can make it work. Oh,
yeah,
been training my
but
life for this.
I know. But like that's why I didn't have fun playing it because I wanted to play it to learn the characters. Obviously, all the new changes. I wanted to know the new changes. I wanted to learn the new maps, and I just could not do that because of how try-hardy everyone was. Everyone was fucking sweat lording it up, and I'm just sitting here like I can't learn because there's no versus AI mode. There's no there's no, what do you call it? I didn't think there was a training arena
There was.
when, not when it was first introduced. That was added later on. Um and I just couldn't figure out how to do it in a game setting of like playing against people. So versus AI would be perfect, where you played against bots, you figured out how your character ran, and then once you felt confident enough that you figured out how what to do, where to go, and all that kind of stuff. Once you figured that out, then you could go and you could play against people and see how well your skills would do against people, right?
Well,
But you
maybe
just couldn't do that because they only had, when it first came out, they only had the
when they
regular quick play,
when they
right?
added
They only
the
had the quick play mode
when
available.
they added the workshop later on, you could have added bots into a workshop game and done a quick play game.
Yeah, but at that point I just didn't want to run Overwatch 2 beta. I didn't want to touch it. Because I was just, no. I didn't want to get into that whole having to deal with possible sweat lords again and all that type of shit. I didn't want to have to deal with it. I only played it when someone else wanted to play with it. And it would literally be like one or two games. And I'm like, I remember why I don't play this. I probably had the most fun in Overwatch 1 when the beta came out because all the sweat lords went to Overwatch 2. If they had access to Overwatch 2, they were in Overwatch 2. I had the most fun in Overwatch 1 when the beta was out because all the trolls and all the sweat lords and all the tryhards were in the beta.
Maybe you'll probably enjoy it when Overwatch 2 releases, because then Overwatch 1 will be a little less sweaty.
Maybe, I don't know. Um,
Now, in terms of where I see it,
mm,
I'd see it sticking around. I realistically don't see it improving. I
yeah.
see it getting slightly worse in 2. Just because that's how Blizzard is.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Then the modes.
Got a favorite game mode?
My favorite personally is the PvE boss fight. I like that one. I like playing that one in between games. Um, that one's a fun one to play in between games, especially if you know you're like in DPS queue, for example, and no one has a party pass, so you know you're going to take forever. That one is a really nice one to play for a long period of time. Um, they also have chill, not kill modes. They also have chill or kill modes. Then you have your standard Widow hit scan ones. You also have train arenas that people have been so kind to create so that way you can train your aim while you're waiting for games. Um, there's not really too many modes that I don't like. If I don't like the mode, then I just don't play it. Um, I wouldn't like just sit and rag on it. If I don't like the mode, just be like, not for me. Don't play it.
Sorry, I just spilled iced tea all over myself.
Smart ass.
Shut up. I have brain. I have brain power.
I don't think he does, guys. I don't think he does.
Shut up. I have brain power. I am big brained. Big brain moment. Yeah,
And
I was feeling a little bit hot. Big brain moment. My brain intervened for me and spilled this tea on me so I could cool off.
there you go. Smart, smart.
Totally wasn't an accident in me being stupid. Nope. Nope. Uh, Favorite modes for me, I think, include PvE modes. Or PvE modes, yeah. Or probably, I don't know. 2D Overwatch, Tiny Overwatch.
Those ones I don't exactly have as much fun with, but
Oh, is that
you
because
like them.
I keep dogging on you in them?
No,
I focus
even though
kill you.
you do target me quite a bit. I think he's got a crush on me.
You're taken, Missy.
I think he's got a crush on me.
No, no.
No,
I'd probably kill myself.
but ouch.
Go snuggle Ryan or something.
I don't know. Anyway,
Ryan, if you're hearing this, she wants a hug.
no, he's not. He's not here. Damn it, you
Why
got
don't
my train of thought lost now.
Well, why don't you call your what was it, your daddy Ryan or whatever?
Daddy Ryan? Where's Dad Ryan? Oh my, where's Daddy Ryan?
Your I don't know, your daddy Ryan or like fucking soldier you simp over, or apparently the
Oh,
or
there's a
apparently the Dead
lot.
by Daylight monster you simp over that has flesh arms and look like a vagina from far away.
That's the new killer. And I'm not the only one, okay? Leave me out of this shit. I'm not the only one who
Yes,
likes
I
him.
enjoy my men just how I enjoy my hot dogs. Pink, pasty, and I can't tell what they're made of.
Oh my God. You're fucking terrible.
Am I fucking terrible?
Yeah, you are.
It's not my fault I decided to fall in love with a tentacle monster that has toenails for claws.
Oh my God. You would have an aneurysm if you were to see the Dead by Daylight community.
Uh,
To see
yeah,
how bad the Dead by Daylight community is.
how down bad they
Um,
are? Yeah, probably.
like there's literally a killer that's Pyramid Head from Silent Hill. We literally call him Pee Pee Head. That
I mean,
I had to
Pyramid Head's cool. He's cool though.
there's so many people that want to screw him despite the fact that
Why?
like
Why?
despite like the fact that he has SA'd so many mannequins in the Silent Hill games, right? It's like a cult, you know?
Why would people want to fuck the Pyramid Head? One,
Dead by Daylight.
he'll kill you before you even get there. Two, like the man doesn't need you.
There's also like people who want to screw the Blight, and if you know who the Blight is, then you'll know who I'm talking about. But he's like literally like this guy who has like his jaw like taken off and it's like hanging by skin, and he has like these pus mucus type orange bulbs is all over his body. He uses a freaking cane to move, and
Jada,
he's
yes,
just
use your
like
pus as lubricant.
oh, you're disgusting. Oh my God.
I mean, people are wanting to fuck a pus monster. Why not?
But like, yeah, there's people who are interested in the
Pyramid
blight.
head, I can at least understand. You know, buff guy with a pyramid, and he only has loincloths around his waist. Sure, whatever. Leave it up to your mind. An old guy with pustule orifices all across his body that only looks like an Medical care patient
Uh,
that was left around for too long without a shower? No thanks, I'm good.
I should find a picture of him and send it to you. Hold on.
I'd prefer if you didn't.
Well, I'm doing it anyway.
If you do so, I will. No, don't even.
Yeah,
Don't.
yeah,
No.
yeah,
Stop it.
yeah,
Stop it.
yeah,
Stop it.
yeah.
No. Woman,
Because you have,
woman, no. No. No.
because
I
you
don't
have to
think,
see
no,
it.
no, I do not consent. Please stop. No, I do not Why? Why? I don't consent.
That's what he looks like.
Why? Why? He looks like a fucking gravekeeper.
Some people are into gravekeepers. I can't
Oh yeah,
judge.
necrophilia. Gotta fuck the dead people.
I did not say
Fun.
necrophilia. I did not say necrophilia. I said gravekeepers. So the people
So,
who keep the graves.
so what are they just hoping to get like a really mad pussy licking from this guy because his jaw's so hanging so low?
Oh my God, you're disgusting.
I don't know. I'm just trying to understand what these people find in these guys. Like, psychotic killer. Please kill me, sir.
We're all mad here. That's all I
Yeah.
have to say.
So
That's the
it's
Dead by Daylight
let's
community.
put it like this. So you wanna be crushed by Reinhardt, stepped on by Soldier,
That is not
and
true.
you told me that I want to be smashed by Reinhardt's hammer.
I mean, yes, Reinhardt's hammer is very nice, but
So you want to be crushed by Reinhardt, stepped on by Soldier,
not except
and
I'm a soldier.
stepped on by Reaper.
No,
Yeah.
no.
You simp over Reaper enough that I'm surprised you don't call him Daddy every time you see him.
I mean, I have this one friend that I play with,
Oh
Jugbox.
no, I
You
meant it as a joke, please.
and anytime he plays Reaper, I will jokingly call him Daddy
Why?
because it's just funny because it makes the
Why?
lobby uncomfortable, and
Why?
he calls me Baby Boo, and yeah, so
No, no.
sorry, Joclops.
I hate all of this right now.
uh,
Why? So many familiar faces, sworn out faces. Oh.
probably should wrap it up for the night.
Back to the discussion at hand before we went on a pre-ramble tangent.
I mean, you started it.
Not my fault, you simp over psychopaths. You know,
Any
maybe you should come to Detroit. Any person with a gun, you'll simp over.
well, any person who plays Dead by Daylight understands the simp factor. I'll 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 blame the
I
Dead by
don't.
Daylight
I
community.
don't. No, I'm just blaming you.
I'm blaming the community with what they've done to me.
Bullshit. You were already fucked up before you joined.
I mean, maybe a little bit. They just made it worse.
Yeah, no. And now I have to deal with your cursed ass saying, "Oh, Daddy Genji, Daddy Reaper," or fucking simping over a soldier every chance you get because he has a beard.
Soldier's hot. They shouldn't have made him so
He's
hot if
so
they didn't
fucking
want people.
old. He's
They shouldn't
so
have.
old.
I mean, I'm not against gilfs. It's okay.
Sigma and Soldier are the same age.
There you see, it's a segue. I'm consistent with my tastes. Okay, unlike some
You
people,
hate Sigma though.
they gave him abs and it doesn't feel right.
You're uncomfortable.
They gave him abs and it doesn't feel right because he's an astronaut.
Oh,
Like,
Grandpa. Oh, so Grandpa Sigma gets abs and you're uncomfortable, but Soldier,
well,
who's
that's
the
because
same
they're like
age.
rock hard.
I God, stop. I feel you're one of those strange weirdos that ships Mercy and Soldier together.
No, but Mercy Gingu. You
I
can't
mean,
tell me she didn't give him upgrades that she needed.
Mercy Gengu's already canon.
Exactly. Exactly. See, I'm consistent.
Why are you why what what
I could be even worse and ship I could
why
be
are
even
you
worse and ship Mercy and Reaper.
no. It's already canonical that Moira experimented on him. That's why he is the way he is.
You think so? Maybe it was a
Yeah,
three-way.
because fuck.
Maybe that's why
No.
Mercy disdains
So
Moira so much.
the whole
It's
thing.
because like what Moira did to
Shut up.
Reaper. Did you ever think about
Shut
that?
up, you horny bitch. God. Go to horny jail.
Bonk. Oh Jesus, I'd be getting bonked all day on the head for
You're not just
half
getting
the shit I
bonked. I'm
think
getting a
about.
jackhammer out and I'm leaving it on your head. Jesus
Oh
Christ.
God.
The canonical thing is that Mercy would heal him in terms of battle wounds.
I bet.
And
I bet she
oh
did a lot.
fucking Christ, woman, calm your vagina.
I bet she did do a lot of healing to those
Remove the
battle
dildo. And Moira experimented on him, which led to his cancerous growth stuff.
wounds. Yeah. Even though technically she saved his life, but I don't know what that's about.
I hate you. I hate you so much now. God, why?
You love me.
No, no,
You love me.
no, I don't.
Yeah.
No, 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 nope.
Oh, this video is so getting demonetized.
Oh, you fucking think with you think with you simping over guys and then going in to talk about fucking cybernetic penises and working down on a Reaper? Jesus fucking Christ.
Dude, that YouTube, he said it on me. I didn't say the P word. I was just alluding to it. I didn't say the P word though. See, I'm good.
No, you're not.
I'm a good girl. I didn't say it.
You're acting as good as a porn act. You're acting as good as a porn actor.
I mean,
Not very
actually
good.
no. Actually no, I'm not gonna say that.
Strike one.
Strike
Fucking.
one.
Oh Lord. Ryan used to like. God, Ryan, why? Can you get Ryan on here,
No.
please?
Why?
I wanna have a guest appearance.
Oh Jesus. Why can't I can't say the hill PG-13?
We're already this knee deep. I can't go any worse.
Okay, what'd you want him for? I need to have a reason because he's doing something.
I want to talk to him and get his opinion on a few things.
About me? Oh shit. Okay. Alright, hold on. Be right back, peoples.
This woman, I swear to God. Oh no. I can only imagine the conversation happening right now. Oh, let's see if he comes in. I don't know. That's my best improvisation on a kazoo.
What's a kazoo?
Okay, is he here?
No, he's not coming.
No, Ryan, please.
No, I begged and I begged and I pleaded and no. What do you want to talk to him about?
Can I speak to him, please?
No, he's not coming.
Can I please?
No,
Please.
no,
Let me speak to the big old Papa Ryan.
no. He said no. He doesn't want to. He's shy.
Fine, fine.
He's
Woman, why
shy.
are you the way you are?
I don't know.
You have such nice parents. Why did you turn out this way?
I had such nice parents. Why did I turn out this way? Maybe it's because I had nice parents, huh? You ever think about that?
Yeah, and usually
Mm.
that means you're a good child. No, you're
I
fucking
am a
terrible.
good
You're
child.
not.
I've always been a good child.
Okay, whatever.
I'm avoiding the two words, but I've always been a good child.
Oh,
Oh,
Lord.
God. Ah, Jesus.
Anything else you want to talk about? Jesus is not included in this package, though.
No, no, definitely not.
Yeah, he left the building a while ago.
No, that's Elvis.
Elvis has been dead.
Yeah, but like Elvis has left the building.
He left a building, and now he's under one.
No, like, oh my God, you don't get it.
No, I get it. I'm just being a dick.
Yeah, I see that.
Thank you. Did you want to talk about anything else before we end off our pre-ramble?
Nope, think we're good.
Summary of the video: workshop and monetization. God,
YouTube, please don't demonetize this.
this is
It's his fault, not
all
mine.
of this is staying in the video. I'm not cutting
Oh my
anything out.
God. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't get Ryan here then.
Anyhow, have a good night, everybody.